National Science Foundation's NSF's Assistant Director for Computer and Information Science and Engineering, CISE Division. With an annual budget of more than $1 billion, the CISE Directorate at NSF has the mission to uphold the nation's leadership in scientific discovery and engineering innovation through its support of fundamental research and education in computer and information science and engineering, as well as transformative advances in research cyber infrastructure. While at NSF, Dr. Martonosi is on leave from Princeton University, and her research interests are in computer architecture and hardware-software interface issues in both classical and quantum computing systems. Dr. Martonosi is an elected member of the American Academy of Arts and Sciences, a fellow of the Association of Computing Machinery, and the Institute of Electrical and Electronic Engineers, IEEE. So with that, that was a long bio. So with that, Margaret, it's your floor now.
Wonderful, thank you. I should have asked for the shortest bio possible to use the time for other things, but I really appreciate the gracious introduction. I appreciate the chance to speak here this morning. I went to high school just a couple miles from Syracuse University, and so I feel a little bit like I am virtually back in Syracuse this morning and sharing it with all of you. I am really glad to have the chance to share some thoughts on behalf of the National Science Foundation. And this theme of reentry is something that I think is very resonant with many of us now in what we're doing. This picture is of a pipeline. And I think many of us who've been around in these circles for a while have heard the word pipeline used to describe career pathways, as if our career pathways were linear, as if we got on an escalator at one point and we just traveled linearly through our lives. But as everyone knows, and as particularly people who are sort of focused on reentry at different points in career pathways know, this is not what career pathways look like. Career pathways are not a pipeline. They're not linear. Rather, I think this is closer to what a career pathway might look like for many of us. This is actually the Salcha River in Alaska. It is what's called a braided river. It comes in and out, water forks and then reconverges. People go through different choices, different transitions at different points in their lives. And one of the goals for programs in my directorate, the Computer Information Science and Engineering Directorate at NSF, as well as NSF as a whole, is to make sure that we can leverage the nation's talents on all the incredible opportunities that exist in the CISE field, and to be able to leverage those talents regardless of what are the choices and transitions that have gotten you to a particular moment in time. And so, I've been sort of very grateful for the opportunities that I've gotten over 40 years, frankly, from declaring my major to now. But the key is to make sure that we can make use of the nation's full talents to take advantage to bring us to the next generation of where we want to go with computing. So the other image that is sort of evocative to me, so braided rivers for me are evocative of career pathways. The other image that's evocative to me is the notion that we need to work on this together. So if we leave people to figure out how to get into computing on their own, if we leave a small number of computer scientists to figure out how to diversify the field of computing and make sure that it reflects the nation's full demographic richness, if we leave things to very small populations to try to figure out on their own, we aren't going to be able to leverage the nation's talents as effectively. It won't work as well. And so this picture is evocative to me because it's the notion that the geese are going to work together. They're going to take turns who leads in order to most efficiently reach their goal, in order to most efficiently fly where they need to fly. And so we need to work on this as a group to ensure that the rich opportunities in STEM fields are actually open to the nation's full talent. So let me give you a few examples of what CISE is doing down some of these different directions. So one thing that I wanted to talk about is our Broadening Participation in Computing, or BPCnet resource portal. And so the idea here is that we ask everyone in our research community, everyone who's writing proposals to NSF CISE is asked to think about broadening participation in computing and what they can do to help. So this is basically saying we want you to take your turn, as the geese do, take your turn at the front of that V, moving the field forward. But we know that not everyone is equally good at helping with BPC issues or equally experienced. And so we've created a menu of resources to help departments and individual researchers get up to speed on how they can contribute. The URL is there. And one of the reasons why I'm including this here is to make sure that you may not be research PIs right now, but to make sure that you're aware that these resources exist for you and to find out ways to tap into them yourself. A second program that I think is quite relevant, hopefully to many of you or several of you, is a newly launched program in my directorate called CS Grad for US. This is a mentoring and graduate fellowship program that's specifically aimed at reentry. So we know that around 85,000 students per year receive a bachelor's degree in computer science, and the vast majority of those 85,000 go out and they work in industry. And that's great. We know there are tremendous opportunities in industry. We would like for a few of those folks to recognize when research is their passion and know how to be able to come back later to the research parts of our career pathways. And to encourage that, CS Grads for US has two parts. First of all, you apply and you get a year of mentoring to help you understand what graduate school in computer science looks like and how to apply for it. The basics, like knowing you don't need to pay for a graduate degree in computer science. You will get a research assistantship and tuition support that will make it free. And that's true across the board. But this fellowship program goes further. After that year of mentoring, this fellowship program offers 3-year graduate fellowships that not only pay for tuition and stipend, but also give you the freedom to find exactly the research area that best suits you. So CS Grad for US is going to be in pilot mode right now. The deadline is just about a month and a half away. And this is being piloted for folks who graduated with their bachelor's degree in the class of 2017, 2018, and 2019. So if you are in one of those classes and you would like to learn more, see about opportunities to come back to go further into research, this is a great program for you. If you are not in one of those class years, I would love for your help in getting the word out to any classmates, friends, colleagues, parents, kids, siblings, cousins who might be in those classes to get the word out and encourage them to apply. There are many other NSF resources and programs. I'm sure that since this is day 3, you've heard about a lot of them. Here are 3 more links. I hope you have a wonderful and useful time in the rest of this meeting. And most importantly, I hope that this meeting creates a community of support that lets you find your braided river, your pathways forward that are most effective. And speaking of community of support, I'll stop sharing and I will end by telling you the story that actually the Whova application that you're using comes from a company with a female founder. And that woman is a long time researcher doing research in the CISE community. She came through with funding from NSF. She's now on the faculty at UCSD, and she founded Whova as an additional activity that she's done with the specific goal of encouraging people to form communities at conferences. So it's so neat to see you using it. It's neat for me to know that a female founder is helping you form this community of female participants. And I see a lot of questions about links, and I will send a PDF of my slides to the organizers so that they can get them out to you and get the links out to you. Thanks so much and have a great third day.
Thank you, Margaret. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much, Margaret. Thank you for your time. And once you send us the slide, we're gonna make sure all the attendees receive that slide.
Then, if you don't mind, are you open to maybe answer a few questions, if there's any?
Sure.
If you have any question, please write them down in the chat, please. Just one or two. Just want to see. Anyone? Maria? No? I guess they just wanted the links.
I want to say something real quick. Thank you so much for supporting this conference, this women conference. It's very difficult to find women conferences that are specific to computer science and engineering. So kudos to you and the National Science Foundation. Sorry, I'm doing exercise while I'm listening to you. So thank you so much.
You're welcome. And actually, you mentioning that, I'm going to put another couple links that are specific to some of the populations that are represented here, with additional things that we fund and additional mentoring opportunities that they put on. So it was a wonderful chance to talk with you as well, and have a great meeting. And are these fellowships for information technology students as well? It's CS and related areas. So yes to information technology.
Mm-hmm.
Thank you. Take care.
Thank you so much.
Have a good weekend. Thank you, Margaret.
You too.